love you too much. We love you too much. The big I know you have to. We have to let her talk. Sorry, we have.
That was so nice. That was incredible. Wow.
When private becomes public, even the biggest stars can find themselves exposed. Taylor Swift, one of the most guarded celebrities in the world, recently had her personal text messages laid bare for millions to see. The leaked conversations have sent shockwaves through her fan base and raised serious questions about privacy, loyalty, and the price of friendship in Hollywood. The controversy began when text messages between Swift and actress Blake Lively were unsealed as part of a highly publicized legal battle. Lively filed a lawsuit against actor and director Justin Baldoni in December 2024, accusing him of harassment during the filming of their movie, It Ends With Us. The case quickly spiraled into a complex web of allegations, countersuits, and public scrutiny. What nobody expected was that Swift would get dragged into the mess through private conversations that were never meant to see daylight. The messages revealed just how deeply Swift was involved in supporting her longtime friend. In the texts, Lively asked Swift for help dealing with Baldoni, requesting that she tell him she was excited about the film and compliment specific script pages. Swift responded without hesitation, writing that she would do anything for Lively. The exchange showed a level of strategic planning that caught many off guard. Swift later attended a meeting with Baldoni at Lively's New York apartment, where she publicly supported her friend's vision for the film. But the most shocking part came when additional texts surfaced showing Swift's unfiltered opinions about Baldoni. In one message, she sent Lively a screenshot of an article about Baldoni discussing past trauma. Swift's response was cutting and direct, using profanity to describe him and mocking what she called his attempt to play victim. The phrase she used, "tiny violin," quickly became a focal point of public discussion. The comment referenced a common expression used to dismiss someone who is seeking sympathy they don't deserve. The timing made things even more interesting. Swift released a song called "Cancelled" in October 2025, months before the texts became public. The track includes a line about bringing a tiny violin to a knife fight, the exact phrase she had used privately about Baldoni. Fans immediately began speculating whether the song was written with this situation in mind. The overlap seemed too precise to be coincidental. While Swift has never confirmed the connection, the leaked messages added a whole new layer of meaning to lyrics that listeners had already been analyzing. For Swift, the leak represented a massive invasion of privacy. Sources close to the singer revealed she felt violated and exposed by the public release of her personal conversations. Having private thoughts stripped of context and shared with the world was described as deeply traumatic for someone who already struggles with constant scrutiny. Swift has built her career on carefully controlling her narrative, from music releases to public appearances. The leak shattered that control in an instant. The emotional toll was significant enough that Swift reportedly changed her phone number. The decision was framed as a way to protect her peace and set boundaries after the chaos. Her circle is extremely tight, and limiting access to her new number was seen as the fastest way to regain some sense of security. Whether she even shared the new contact information with Lively remains unclear, as their friendship has reportedly been strained since the legal drama began. The texts also exposed tension between Swift and Lively that fans hadn't seen before. In one exchange, Lively seemed to apologize for something, saying she wanted the opportunity to be a better friend if she had unintentionally done something wrong. Swift responded that it wasn't a big deal, but admitted she was exhausted in every part of her life. She mentioned missing her funny, dark, normal-speaking friend who talks to her as herself. The vulnerability in those words painted a picture of a friendship under pressure. Public reaction has been divided. Some fans defended Swift, arguing she was simply being a supportive friend during a difficult time. They pointed out that loyalty matters and that Swift was doing what anyone would do for someone they care about. Others questioned whether Swift crossed a line by getting involved in creative disputes that weren't hers to fight. The debate became more intense when details emerged suggesting Swift used her influence to pressure Baldoni during the apartment meeting. Critics argued that using celebrity power in that way raised ethical concerns, even if the intentions were good. The legal battle itself has been messy from the start. Lively accused Baldoni of creating a hostile work environment and orchestrating a campaign to damage her reputation after she spoke up. Baldoni denied the allegations and filed a countersuit seeking $400 million, which was later dismissed by a judge. The case has dragged in everyone from Ryan Reynolds to executives at Sony Pictures. Text messages, depositions, and documents have been unsealed at various stages, each release adding fuel to the public firestorm. Swift was formally subpoenaed as a witness in May 2005. While her team insisted she had no involvement in the film's production, casting, or creative decisions, the texts told a different story. They showed her actively participating in strategy discussions and using her celebrity status to influence outcomes. A spokesperson for Swift clarified that she never stepped foot on set, never saw any cuts of the film, and only watched it weeks after its public release. Her only connection to the project was allowing one of her songs to be used in the soundtrack. The unsealing of these documents came with serious consequences for both Swift and Lively. Privacy advocates expressed concern about how easily private communications can become public in legal proceedings. The fact that Swift wasn't a party to the lawsuit made her inclusion even more controversial. Many argued she had a reasonable expectation that her personal texts would remain confidential. The exposure highlighted how modern technology creates permanent records of conversations that can be weaponized in unexpected ways. Despite the personal turmoil, Swift's professional life has continued without interruption. Her song, The Fate of Ophelia, spent 5 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Global 200, marking the longest-running global chart topper of her career. The achievement came even as she dealt with the fallout from the leaked messages. Fans rallied around her, streaming the music harder and defending her on social media. The contrast between her chart dominance and personal struggles created a strange duality that has become typical of her career. Meanwhile, Lively's case against Baldoni is moving forward with a trial scheduled for May 18, 2000. The judge has yet to rule on a motion to dismiss parts of the case, but settlement talks are reportedly planned before the trial date. Both sides have suffered reputational damage throughout the process. Public sentiment toward Lively dropped from 81% positive to just over 10%, while Baldoni saw a similar collapse. The leak of Swift's texts added another dimension to an already complicated narrative. For Swift, this situation reinforces a pattern that has defined much of her life. She values privacy intensely, but exists in a world where privacy is almost impossible to maintain. Her fears about people hacking into her messages or reading her private thoughts turned out to be justified in the worst possible way. The experience has reportedly left her shaken and more guarded than ever. Friends and advisors have tried to reassure her that the texts simply showed her being supportive, but the public dissection of her words has been painful nonetheless. The incident also raises broader questions about friendship and loyalty in the entertainment industry. Swift has always been known for fiercely defending the people she cares about. She's built a reputation as someone who shows up for her friends, whether that means attending their events, promoting their projects, or standing by them during controversy. But the leak demonstrated how that loyalty can be twisted and used against her when private support becomes public evidence. As the legal battle continues and new details emerge, one thing remains clear. Taylor Swift never wanted to be part of this story. She was supporting a friend during a difficult time, using the kind of language and strategy that many people employ in private. The difference is that most people don't have their texts examined by lawyers, judges, and millions of strangers. The violation Swift experienced serves as a stark reminder that in the digital age, nothing is truly private. Even the most protected celebrities can find themselves exposed when circumstances spiral beyond their control.